Hi, grades 4. So in our math lesson today, we are looking at exercise 42. Okay, and for today's lesson, in your math workbooks, you are looking at page 74 and page 75. So again, these two pages that we looked at yesterday as well. So again, they are going to help you do your math workbook exercise. Now, in this exercise, we are looking at measuring our angles. Okay, so how do we measure our angles? Again, we are looking at, if you remember from yesterday's lesson, what's a 90-degree angle? A 90-degree angle that comes right down and across, it is right angle, right? So a 90-degree angle. Now, if it's an acute angle, as in this one, it's less than 90, right? And if it's an obtuse angle, even if it's upside down, or if you flip the picture and you see that it's open wide, it's an obtuse angle and it is greater than 90. So right angle, which is right here, it is 90 degrees. Okay, so all you have to do is you look at this angle, you don't even need to measure it. Okay, for right angle is the easiest. You don't need to measure it. You know it's right up across, it is 90. So all you have to do is angle B equals 90. Then we look at angle A over here. And if you hold your scale, your protractor, if you hold your protractor, even if you have to flip the picture, grades 4, it's fine. So you hold your protractor, and do you see the middle line? This one? You hold it right in the corner. So in the corner of your angle, you hold it right here above it, and it would show you, look, this line in between, it's going all the way to 60. So that's why this angle is 60 degrees. Is it less than 90? Absolutely. So that means it's an acute angle. Okay, now let's go to number C, this one. And again, for this exercise, feel free to flip your picture until you're able to put the protractor with the middle line right in the corner of the angle that you're measuring. Okay, so right at the end. So this is what I mean when I'm saying corner. So this corner. So you hold it up, you put your protractor right here, okay? And because we know that this angle is opening wider, so this is how they're measuring it, okay? So we put our protractor right here, and the line is coming all the way to 105. So that's what my measurement for this angle is, okay? I've done this page for you so it's easier for you to see, okay? But I would like you to, so I did this one with you, this one, and this one. I would like you to try these ones on your own, okay? So over here, we have to find an angle. Over here, we have to measure the size of this angle, and over here. Does that make sense? Okay, then let's go ahead and flip to our next page to see what do we need to find out over on this page. So over on this page, we are looking at estimate and then measure the marked angles. So estimate is what do you think would be the measurement or the size of this angle? For example, if you estimate that it is going to be, for example, I estimated that it's going to be 80 degrees because I know it's not 90. I know it's not a right angle, right? I also know that it may not be an obtuse angle. So I estimated it to be 80. When I measured it, it actually turned out to be 80. Now over here, I do know that it's not going to be 90 degrees. I know that because it opens wider, it is going to be obtuse angle, and it has to be something greater than 90. So I would estimate it, maybe I would say 120, maybe I would say 100. But when I measured it, it turned out to be 125. So at the bottom, I'm going to write down what did I estimate, as in what was my guess, and when I actually measured it, what did it turn out to be? Does that make sense? So at the bottom, you have to fill out this chart, this table, okay? Then on our next page, they're saying, so I'm going to read this part. This page is 107. So join the marked endpoints of each line to the correct dot to get the required angle. Use a protractor to help you choose the correct dot. Mark the angle. So over here, they have given you 50 degrees, right? They said, do you see this line over here? That's where you're supposed to put your protractor with the middle line. So this line, okay? This comes right over here. And they're saying, where would 50 be on this protractor? So you would place your protractor right over here. And my 50 is right over here. So which dot am I going to choose? They've done it for you. I'm going to choose the second dot. So I am going to, once I'm done choosing where is the correct dot, all I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line over, because that's where the protractor showed, the 50 showed right on the second dot. Does that make sense? That's how you're going to complete this. Then for this one, if this line is here, then you have to put your protractor there, right? Because that's your clue. Where do you need to put your protractor? So it's, the angle they've given us is 60 degrees, right? So I'm going to put my protractor right over here. I also need to make sure that I'm putting it on a straight line right over here. And then I need to mark my 60. So 60 is right over here. So I'll mark it here. And it's showing me that my 60 would be on my second dot. So my second dot would be there, 60. Does that make sense? So that's how you're going to complete your exercise. Then on my next page, you have to again do the same thing. Join the marked endpoints of each line to the correct dot to get the required angle. So here they're asking you to draw a 100-degree angle. Okay, again, you're going to place your protractor right over here, and wherever on the protractor it says 100, that's where you'll draw the line to the correct dot. Okay, so one of these dots, they will be the answer. Does that make sense? So if it's 100, one of these dots. So in this example, the first dot, when I put my protractor here, the first dot gave me the 100. Does that make sense? So that's what we have to do. Just like the previous page, you're doing the same thing over here. Okay. Then we have, over here, you have to draw the angle. You're going to show us. So you're going to draw the straight line, draw a straight line, just like you've seen on the other pages, just like these angles. You're going to draw a 55-degree angle. And over here, you're going to draw a 130-degree angle. So what you're going to do is your first step would be, here, I'll show you. Your first step would be to just begin with a straight line. Okay, so this is how you'll begin. Begin with a straight line. Then over that line, you're going to place your protractor, whether you place it on this end or this end, it doesn't matter. Okay, and then you are going to see where is 55. So if this is 50, 55 would be right over here, right? Right beside it. So you'll draw your dot over there. And then depending on if you are choosing on your protractor, if you chose numbers on this side, then your angle would come like this, right? So if you look closer, so your angle would come something like this. Sorry, my line isn't straight, but something like this. And this would be your 55-degree angle. Okay, but if you choose to draw your line, or you choose your dot over on, let's say, this side, then you would just draw the line over here, like this. Does that make sense? So wherever you choose, you will know which line or how you would like to draw your line. That's totally up to you. So that is your lesson for this week, for this day, which is Thursday. And you will finish both of these, and that would be the last page of your exercise before we move back to our protractors and doing exercise 43. Okay, on that note, I'm going to end our lesson. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me a message on Remind or email me.